Welcome, everybody. We'd like to invite you to a class that these two wonderful people, the Bowmans, are doing in Rome.
It's called Bringing Consciousness to Business. And if you've never met these two, they embody bringing consciousness to business. They've taken access consciousness tools, put them into plain English, and they have inspired people around the world.
What's plain English, Dain?
Plain English is not access speak. Which
you
is
mean
not, I am perceiving
doing...
that I need to pock and pod my how does it get any better than this, ease, joy, and glory.
Yeah. So it's like, stop pretending. You have to speak like a fucking robot. And come learn how these people speak to people who have no idea what the hell access is and may never have, but things are changing.
So one of the things that we find is that being the access tools when we're talking to business, every single time...
What did you say?
Being the access tools when we're working. Being...
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure we heard. Yeah.
But a lot of people have said to us, how do we speak to business? How do we be with business? In brackets, because they've got money and I don't, and we want them to fix it. So what we're saying is, if you were willing to get rid of all your points of view about what you thought business was or wasn't, and you've got rid of all your points of view about how you should speak, and that you are there to teach or to facilitate, and if you are willing to actually be with business, then the words sort themselves out. So being willing the words sort themselves out.
Say what?
Yeah. And one of the great gifts of actually being the access tools is that you never have to worry about what you're going to say or how you're going to say it. So if you're going to be with business, then be with business. Don't do business or try and do to business.
So,
brilliant.
Would you say that the greatest difference between being access and regular business is you don't have an answer, you only have a question?
Yeah, we go into business and not being the typical consultant that out there in the world.
That's putting it mildly. Yes.
That's coming as an expert or someone who have the answer. We go in as someone who create a space for people to know that they know, which is the access, mantra
weird, huh?
anyway. Yeah. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're just being question, choice, possibility, and contribution that allow them to have a space to truly know that they know. And that's how we grow our business, because they finally know that we're not trying to tell them what to do, because, they don't want to be told what to do anyway, but they didn't know that.
They hired you as a consultant to tell them what to do, but the one thing they don't want to receive is being told what to do.
Yes.
And the amount of freedom that you get when you know that you don't need to know. You just need to be. And what we find is that always after a client assignment, we have many, many of them, they come to us and said, oh, wow, that was really focused and inspirational. No, what it was the space of question. And dealing with business and being the space of question, being that space of curiosity, unlocks the wisdom of the people that are in the business. So you don't need to know the business.
And you don't need to know
they're
the
already
industry.
wise about the business, they just don't know it.
Well, and the thing that they're missing is the being, and they're missing the questions that will allow them to have true choice and actually function from possibilities so they can be the contribution that they are. Mm-hmm. And that's really what they're missing. So so whatever you decided speaking to business is, would you be willing to let that go now? Yes. Thank you very much.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And would you consider the possibility, and by the way, you will never hear those words out of either of these two people's mouths while they are speaking.
See, that's why I was doing it. I was doing it their way. Will you let that go now? Will you change this? Will you just run and create it? Or whatever words seem to apply to the people that they're speaking with.
But I threw in the access speak.
Exactly, because we're obviously speaking to access people.
Yeah.
People, weirdos.
But we don't go into, we're not going to do access speech either. We just follow the energy. If people can receive it, we just go where they can receive. We don't actually go with the rule saying we're not going to say access speech, because what else is possible is something we ask people. We don't delete all those amazing questions that we do all the time. So it's not about not using access thing, but being access that allow people to ask, so what do you have there that so unique that not make you like typical consultant? Then we start talking to them about, so we are being the question when we start sort of introduce sort of energy, space, and consciousness that access is all about to them without trying to pretend that access doesn't exist, because we're willing for people to know that access is the most amazing tools that we can provide, but we don't punch them in the face and say, you must do this.
Okay,
That would be
Can
abusive.
you guys please learn this?
Punch them in the
Don't
face.
punch them in the face, okay? And I watch people all the time trying to talk about access and how people can benefit from it, but they do it by punching people in the face.
They're doing it by being it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else like that,
Yeah.
you know? You actually be it. And also, a lot of us have had so many points of view about business, me included, and what it is. And if you're going to be a business consultant, that's something that's way out here that you don't understand. But the way Stephen Chutisa just put it, it's like, it's about being.
Yeah.
You be, and then you speak. And
Be
in
you
business,
and change the world.
oh my God, let's do a book. Good idea.
Let's write a book. But what we are inviting all facilitators, CF, to see that each and every one of us can be a consultant to the business world.
As long as you have no point of view about what a consultant is or should be. Just thought I'd throw that one in.
That's a really good one. You know, it's like, and don't look to being a consultant for business with the idea it's the solution to your money problems, because that's the one that will kill your business instantaneously.
And increase your money problems.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
There's so many spaces to play with in business world. People think that business is about cooperation, but it's not. Nowadays, this business is home-based business. There's a lot of people, women, housewife, mother, working from home, and they could use our energy, space, and consciousness that would allow them to create a more possibility in their business. So all of us can be a consultant to the home-based business people, entrepreneur, small businesses,
The
corporation.
good news is most of them could never do an online class for those kind of people or anything.
Exactly. No, they couldn't. No.
Nobody would be willing to do that.
And you wouldn't learn anything from these two in the class in Rome about how to do that.
Yeah.
Which is when, by the way?
After the facilitators.
The day after.
The day after.
Later. What day is it?
21st.
21st.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So you are all invited to learn from these two brilliant people, their amazing phenomenalness, and get to be in a room with their brilliance and their contribution.
And online as well. Lucky I have a brain down there telling me what to.
I know.
It's pretty impressive.
It's like a live teleprompter. It's like a.
It is a live teleprompter.
Well, it's like a teleprompter with boobs. It's awesome. Oh, wow.
I just have to look to Lale.
It's not a flat screen.
One of them new curved screen models. So
maybe Trump could pay attention to the teleprompter
if it had boobs.
If it had boobs, yeah.
And on that note,
thank you all, and see you in Rome.
And thank you so much,
Rome.
Dan and Gary, for
Thank
giving
you.
us amazing tool to use with people out there.
Thank you for taking it. I mean,
Yes.
it's like I have to tell you, it's like I had known Chutisa for about 2 years, and she'd been coming to classes, and then she talked her husband into coming and meeting me, and we had a private consultation for 3 friggin' hours. He asked more questions than anybody else had ever asked me about what I knew about business. I told him everything I could, and he took it out and used it the next day.
I think Steve fell in love with you at first sight. at hello. So
I'm changing
had a
on.
relationship.
Now he's changing horses.
That's why he's wore the suit today, so that I can notice.
Exactly, yes. Steve.
there a cartoon like that? Cool. So thank you all. Please come and join these people, because it's like you don't want to miss the brilliance of how they can present things to you that will give you a new space and a new place to actually deliver a better product in all aspects of your life.
Truly.
Okay?
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.